The next sutta is 2.1.6. Buddha said, "Monks, there are these two things." What two? Looking with satisfaction on things which are fetters that bind to rebirth, and looking with disgust thereon. Monks, he who dwells looking with satisfaction on things that bind like fetters, abandons not greed, abandons not hatred, abandons not delusion. He who abandons not these is not released from rebirth, from old age, from sickness, from death, sorrow and grief, woe, lamentation and despair. He is not released from dukkha, ill, I say. But monks, he who dwells looking with disgust on things which are fetters that bind, abandons greed, hatred and delusion. Abandoning these, he is released from old age and decay, etc. He is released from dukkha, I declare. These monks are the two things. That's the end of the sutta. So the Buddha is saying that there are certain things which are fetters, attachments to our relatives, attachments to our property, our wealth. These are the two greatest attachments. The Dhammapada, the Buddha said, the chains, iron chains that bind a person are nothing compared to the bonds that are created from family ties, from worldly ties, ties of close family, ties of our property, etc. Those are real bonds. So a person who is not learned in the Dhamma, those things that are fetters to that person, that means those things are things that bind him to the wheel of samsara. He looks with satisfaction on them. He's very happy and satisfied that he's got a big house, got a lot of money in the bank, he's got very beautiful children, very loving husband, very loving wife, etc. Those things that to a worldly person are things that give him joy and happiness, are those very things that bind us to samsara. That is why it is very difficult to walk the path, the spiritual path. Most people, they want to enjoy those things because it's very normal for worldly people, for normal human beings to enjoy things like that, having a loving husband, loving wife, loving children, etc. And they get a lot of joy and satisfaction, enjoying good music, a nice TV set, Astro TV and all that. Those are the very things that bring us back to rebirth. So the Buddha says, if we have the wisdom of the Dhamma, from listening to the Dhamma, then we know that these are the things that bring us back to rebirth. That's why the Buddha says in the Dhammapada that the worldly path is in one direction. The path to Nibbana is in the opposite direction. Some people, they think they want to get the best of both worlds. They want to put one foot in one boat and one foot in the other boat. It's very difficult to do that. If you make any progress after some time, you realize that if you really want to cultivate, you have to renounce. If you don't renounce, it's very difficult to practice.